Our rabbis teach us two very important statements. Number one, Ner mitzvah v'Torah or. A mitzvah, a commandment from the Torah, is a candle. The Torah or, and the Torah, is the light. Our rabbis teach us another statement. Ner Hashem, Nishmas Adam. Hashem's candle, a candle that belongs to God, is what? A person's soul. The neshama. Our soul is Hashem's candle. What do we see from these two statements? We see from these two statements that each one of us is like a candle. When we light our Chanukah candles, and many of us have the custom to use the olive oil to light our menorah, because the nace, the miracle, happened with the olive oil. We light our candles, or we pour the olive oil in our glass containers, and when we light our candles and when we light the oil, we use a wick. We light the wick. What burns is the oil or the candles, but what we light is the wick. Each one of us is like a wick. As we know, Neshama Shebemoichi, our soul, is in our brain, in our moyach, and we are like the candles. We are like the wick. We hold that fire. We carry that fire, just like the candle. When we light the candle, we light the wick. The wick holds that fire. We hold that fire. We carry that fire. And what's that fire? What's that light? That's the Torah. Through the Torah, we get that fire. We learn a very important lesson from the Shamesh, the candle that we have in our menorah, which is not part of the candles that we light each night of Chanukah. It's an extra candle that we use for our own benefit, because as we know, we cannot use the light of our Chanukah candles because they're holy. We cannot use them to read a book by them. We use an extra candle. It's called Shamesh. Shamesh, there is fire. There is fire. Fire that we can use for our own benefit. We learn a very important lesson from the Shamesh, from that extra candle. What lesson do we learn from the Shamesh? When we light our candles, we use the Shamesh. And that Shamesh has a fire, has a light. But it doesn't lose its light when it shares its light with other candles. When we light the candles with the Shamesh doesn't lose its light. It shares with others its light and doesn't lose its light. Each one of us is like a candle. Let us be like a Shamesh. Let us learn from the Shamesh that we don't lose anything when we share with others good things that we have. Our smile, the Torah that we know, we don't lose anything, but we gain a better, brighter world when we share our light with other people. Chanukah Sameach. Happy Hanukkah.